We now go to Cardiff. Kevin Brennan.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. And can I too welcome back my dear friend and neighbour, the Shadow Secretary of State, to the House today. 4 quick points. Firstly, the plight of freelance musicians and artists who've been excluded from support has been mentioned because they don't fit the Chancellor's criteria for support. The criteria were drawn up hastily, for which there is an excuse, but then not amended when it was clear that they had arbitrary and negative consequences for many artists, musicians and others, for which there is no excuse. Tomorrow, the Chancellor has another chance to put that right. In Wales, funds were set aside to help freelancers, but what's really needed is action from the Chancellor to support those who've been excluded, as the Musicians' Union and others have called for. Secondly, I want to talk about the live music sector, how we've missed it, Madam Deputy Speaker, how we could all do with a summer of live music events and festivals. The issue of insurance has already been mentioned in this debate. I had an answer from the Minister who opened the debate last week, a written answer, which said, and I quote, "As such, Her Majesty Treasury does not believe that now is the right time for an insurance intervention." Well, if this isn't the right time, Madam Deputy Speaker, for an insurance intervention, then there never will be an insurance intervention from the Treasury. This is typical Treasury orthodox thinking. Now is the time for an insurance intervention to make sure that we can have live back this summer. It would be the best boost for the industry, but also for morale and for the economy. The third point I want to make is that COVID has been hard enough for the music industry in itself, but combined with the negligent no-deal Brexit for musicians and touring artists, it's a double dose of disaster. COVID was unavoidable. The consequences of a failure to do a deal on touring was not only avoidable and predictable, it was also predicted. A small window remains now to fix that, Madam Deputy Speaker, before many successful British businesses are ruined by this negligence, and this should be a priority for the government. Finally, looking to the future, COVID has killed live music, but if it can be revived, but it's also shone a light on the inequities of the new economics of music streaming, as we've heard, and how it's failing to deliver for music songwriters and composers. The House may know the DCMS committee is doing an inquiry into this. Already some changes happening. At 2 p.m. today, SoundCloud announced they're going over to a fan-powered royalties user-centric system, which is a step forward by the industry. But as well as the industry, government should be prepared to, if necessary, reform the law in favour of creators and away from wealthy corporate market powers. They've been enjoying a gold rush from streaming. After the gold rush, let's have a new home in the sun for our brilliant musicians and songwriters.